When you typically think about numbers, most people would think about 0 through 9, or a combination of these numbers. For example, if you're going to write down how many this is, you would use the symbols 1 and 6 to write down the number 16. But what if there was just one specific symbol for 16? Is it even possible? If it was, would it mess up our number system? We use a numerical system called base 10. We utilize a combination of symbols, and if you notice there are 10 symbols, that is one of the reasons why it's called base 10. Another reason is because the place value is based on powers of 10. For the number 16 to have its own specific symbol, we would need to use at least base 17, which means we would need to create at least 17 symbols. Why don't we use base 17? It is because base 17 is too difficult to count with. Instead of using something hard like base 17, let's look at an easier base, like base 5. Similar to base 10, base 5 is based on powers of 5, so the place value changes. To show the number 22 in base 5, it would look like this. Now, when you talk about a number in a base other than base 10, you'll never see something like 1432. The only time you're allowed to call it that is when you're using base 10 because it implies powers of 10. Also, if you're writing a number in a base other than 10, you'll need to add a subscript depending on the base that you are using. Like I mentioned before, when we're using bases larger than 10, we need to create symbols. The ancient Mayans created their own symbols for base 20, but today we can use a combination of numbers and letters. For example, base 17 could look like this. Base 10 is how we count numbers, and compared to other bases, including the ones that I've shown you, it is much simpler to use.